some deceptions to throw us off of God's job description for a relationship. And in the short period of time I have, I want to go through those four things and then come back to the text and close on what God has to say. First of all, Satan brings a deception of a false hope. Now let me talk about this false hope. One of Satan's deceptive devices is to fill us with unrealistic expectations. I dealt with relationships from a holistic manner this morning, and let me hurry up and cover those of you that have grown children, those of you that have small children, what children, whether they're grown or small, need from their parents. They need three things, so I can get back to the text. Children need your unconditional care. Amen. They need to know you love them no matter what mistakes they've made. You cannot hold your child hostage because they made a mistake. You and I have both made mistakes. We made mistakes not only with our children, we made mistakes with God. Can I get a witness? They need our unconditional care. Whatever you do to your grown children or small children, you have to treat their mistakes as if you're covering it with love. You have to have a forgiving heart. Am I preaching to you? Amen. You can't hold this level of accountability so high in your children's life that it's insurmountable. They can't reach it. And if they fail, you don't love them no more. They need care, but then they need your counsel. And I've learned that many times, and they do this in corporate America, and I learned this from my wife too, that you learn that when you put things in the form of a question, it makes it more palatable for people. If you're a parent counseling, you say, if your child name is Jim, you say, hey Jim, have you thought about this? That lets down the wall so they can pull it in. Amen? Amen? Yeah. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? I want to thank God for my wife and tell her what she taught me. She taught me how to leave people their dignity when I was at odds with them. Because, I was from the hood. And I'm amazed with you. Let me tell you what you can do. Bing, 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 and bing. And try to leave people their dignity. So I'm working on that. Anyway, moving right along. That when we start looking at this thing of unrealistic expectation, three misconceptions that tend to, we're deceived with false hope. The one is love. Now, the world says that love is a feeling, love is sex, love is this, love is that. That's not love. God says, watch this now, love is the full acceptance of another person. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You accept everything. It's a package. Yes, sir. My God. You can't pick and choose what you accept in a relationship. You accept the whole package. I accept your crazy father in you. I accept your crazy granddad in you. I accept the 15 years you were strung out. I accept the 10 years you were drunk. I accept the 5 years you were in a crazy house. I accept it all. Now, Lord, take me. No, you accept the entire package. Because those of us that cannot and will not accept the entire person, here's what we're doing. We're trying to change, control, correct, and create that person to a model we got up here. Oh, you're getting quiet now. If you married a Volkswagen, they'll never become a Cadillac. And we keep trying to turn a Volkswagen into a Cadillac. And the car won't even start. Oh, I married a small frame woman. Now, what did it look like after 22 years married? I said, baby, let it all grow. Keep growing. I want them bigger and bigger and bigger. She said, I can't do that. Well, let me pray about it. God ain't changing that. Oh, I'm preaching now. Some of y'all been out there praying, ain't you? Full acceptance prevents me from trying to change it, control it, correct it, and create something different than it. And the reason we get angry is because they won't change.
All right, Pastor.
You didn't marry that model. Uh-oh. Ouch is right. Satan gives us a false sense of what love is. Love is not picking and choosing what you like. Love is giving. Love is serving. Love is submitting. Love is sacrificially changing, supplying. Not only love, real quick, but liberation. Liberation is not, listen, it is not your independence. That's a worldly definition. What God calls liberation is someone who loves you coming along and doing what they need to do to set you free. Oh, God. John 11, Jesus walks into Bethany, 7 miles outside of Jerusalem, and says, Lazarus, come forth. Lazarus, he's bound. He's coming out of the grave like a mummy. Jesus tells the crowd, loose him. Take the grave clothes off of him. Love in a relationship is you asking God for wisdom and praying to loose that other individual, to free them from what's hurting them, from what's binding them. Free them. That's liberation. Not only love and liberation, but this whole thing of loneliness. But I can talk about this one all night. I know God says it's not good for the man to be alone. We understand that. He's talking about companionship. But if you're lonely, don't get married for loneliness. You're still going to be lonely.
That's right. That's right.
Psalm 91, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. See, when God's presence becomes your peace, then others can raise hell around you, won't bother you. When you walking with God, when you dwelling in the secret place. And verses 14 to 16 says, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him. I will honor him with long life. I will satisfy him and show him my love. That answers loneliness. Walking with God.
Give it all to him. Come on now.
There's deception of false hope, but secondly, the deception of a fractured history. Hurts, hindrances, mental, psychological handicaps. We're held hostages of our past. Satan comes along and Satan starts messing with the mind. My God. I'll never forget, years ago, I dated a young lady way before I got married. She was a nurse trying to be a doctor. She was going to be a doctor, very intelligent. And I didn't see something real nice, but I saw that she was very, 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 very controlling. And I didn't pick it up at first. And come to find out, because her dad controlled and abused her mother, she had the natural intention to